Hello and welcome. In this video, we're going to be talking about a game that is incredibly well hidden, and it is called O.C.T.A. O.C.T.A Hideout and O.C.T.A Basement. I am willing to bet that you have never heard of these games before. Not only are both of these games in development, but you need to be in a group to even access them. Not only that, the Hideout version of the game is a rework off of Basement and only opens up every once in a while when testing is needed. Despite all that, O.C.T.A itself is a very fantastic game, and we're going to be talking about it. So right off the bat, finding the games is the hard part. The easy part is getting right into it. Once you have access by joining the group, you can dive right into the Basement version. This is an older version. However, you can take a look around and easily see what the developers have been doing with the project and see all of the time and effort. And oh boy, this game is very fun and looks very incredible. Right off the bat, the game is going to be similar to games like Critical Strike, but with a little bit of a twist. Both versions have a very large roster of different classes that you can choose from, and the game already has a pretty great selection of different maps and game modes. In the Basement version, you can look around and even find some mechanics that were planned in development, and hopefully we'll see them in the Hideout version or the full release version. Mechanics such as skins, Game Pass classes, for some reason a gambler's den? Pretty sweet training area. This is awesome because you get to mess around with the different mechanics like the status effects, and something that surprised me, items. Not simple items like different explosives. Granted, a lot of these are explosives, but there's also a few handheld weapons in here. On the topic of weapons, we're going to be going over the classes. As mentioned, there's a pretty big roster. If you played Critical Strike, you'll know that classes will typically have a variety of different active abilities. In this game, that is true. However, additionally, you have a utility. This is going to be like a passive. On top of that, some of your abilities can chain together. Your M1 might work with your Q and cause a different animation and a different attack that you might have not known about. And so far, it seems like all of the characters have a similar mechanic where some of the abilities will chain together. This is really fun to learn about, and it definitely helps out with diving deep into your character and experimenting with what you got. Speaking about what you got, the game is surprising in what it has. Now, it should be obvious the art style of the game is very interesting to look at. Everything is stylized and very beautiful, from the UI to the map design to all of the decals, special effects from your attacks, and much more. Honestly, it's one of my favorite parts. Visually looking at the game is very fun, and I love the little details all around the lobby. Speaking about the lobby, it's very easy to see all of the time and effort that went into the game just by looking around it. However, outside and into the maps are really fun to play in, additionally look amazing, and have a few features. As mentioned, there are items in the game and you can find these around the maps. Similar to Critical Strike, maps will have a critical kind of moment at the very end where last players remaining, sudden death, and additionally, there's already a variety of game modes. I was lucky enough, and recently the Hideout version of O.C.T.A opened up and I got to experience what the rework of the game feels like. It was very fun, very beautiful, and I enjoyed it. I got to mess around with a few of the game modes, such as duos, where you get to pick a teammate and go head to head against all other players, your typical FFA matches, which are very fun, and a really cool game mode called 2 Juggernauts. There's going to be 2 teams, each team with a Juggernaut, and your team has to defend your Juggernaut while attacking the opposing team's Juggernaut. There's probably much more to the game that I might have missed, but overall what the game currently has, despite it still being in development, is very impressive. I honestly do really enjoy this game, and it surprises me how much is already implemented, especially when looking at the different classes. That's going to be it for breaking down this game and introducing it to you. This is definitely a hidden gem on Roblox, and I hope you found a new fun game to play. I'm going to have the links down below, so if you just want to wait until the full release, or if you want to check it out now. However, I do have to mention the Hideout version, which is the newer rework version off of the Basement version, only opens up every once in a while, it seems. The Basement version is open, you just need access by joining their group, but otherwise, if you do get the opportunity, this is a very fun experience. However, if you are looking for a game that's currently available and out of development, maybe check out the channel. I've covered a huge variety of different Roblox games, and so you might be able to find something that you like. Otherwise, that's all from me, and I will see ya.